So we have Chuck Davis's Foxbody here. I do believe he is planning to do some drag and drive type stuff with this car. And just want to give you a little rundown and overview of what it is and what will be going on. So it is a 408 LS-based engine built by Wesley Cooper in Ohio. He does fantastic work. He has done a 6-liter for me in the past. He's got some really nice builds out there. But this is a 98 millimeter single turbo. And the Fab Shop did a nice job on that as well. And moving back here to the back, I've got some light duty fab work to do here. This cross brace, sheet metal, and then his water tank, which I do believe is a little bit small. And he may find he has some problems with that. But do have the gas tank down below as well. Batteries will go over here. And yeah, so the plan for this is all the battery install. It's going to have 16 volt battery and charging system. So we'll be at 18 volts plus while it's running. And so heavy gauge wiring to the front. And it's going to get a Terminator X and a CAN module to monitors data. So we'll have a single shock sensor, travel sensor down here, and all the normal sensors for the transmission. So your charge pressure, line pressure, temperature, and we'll have our dual port Mac valves and dome control, all that type of stuff. And it should be a pretty rowdy little car. And quick look on the inside. I don't have a lot of space in here, so everything gets kind of prioritized to what I don't need first. That stuff tends to hang out inside. So that's what's going on in here. He still has a long ways to go. It's a project that he's been working on for a few years, and it does have some really nice parts on it. So should be fun. We'll see what we can do here. I'll bring you back when there's some updates. All right, so here's where we're at now. I got the tube cut in to bridge this opening, and I did cut it to notch over top of this a little bit. It's not the same as what's on the end as far as just butting into this. This seems to be just a piece of sheet metal, and I didn't really think that that was strong enough. So I opted to notch over top of this and let it set on this cross bracing back here. And I got the Weld Pro over here, getting ready to fire this bad boy up and burn this piece of metal in. And then the next thing on this will be to grind off the top, get rid of some of these boogers, and clean this up a little bit, dress it up, and drop a piece of sheet metal in on top of it. I'm not sure how I'm going to fasten that down yet. Chuck didn't really give me any indications of what he wanted one way or another, so we might tack it in, we might pop rivet it in. We'll see when we get there. But for now, let's get this thing burnt in and get the next piece of metal cut to drop in. Be back shortly. All right, I'm back. So got the metal in. As you can see, fits really good all the way across the top, down the edge, down this side. And we'll look underneath at the brace right there and back here. So that will do it for this little piece. Look at that, torque boxes on this thing. Pretty snazzy. Nice setup. All right, so I'm gonna get this plate fastened down and position the gas tank and his baby water intercooler tank and see where we kind of want some of the landmarks to be. I need to get that stuff fastened down, the battery box fastened, and I will probably start up in here with making some panels for the ECU and the CAN module and things of that nature. So that'll take a hot minute, and let me get through that and I'll bring you back. All right, so I'm back, and it's been a couple days, and we did survive the Christmas holiday. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Hope you had a great holiday, spent time with your family and friends. That's the important part. But back out in the shop, it's been a couple days later, got through all the travels and things of that nature, so time to get some work done. This is where I've left off. Let me run you through what has been completed so far. All right, so I've not done anything with these tanks yet. I'm saving them for another day. I want to talk to Chuck a little bit more about that guy and where we want to put him at. So here's where we're at. I did get the cutoff switch mounted, and we got the battery mounted. And I don't have the lid on it, obviously, because I'm still working. And I want to say, these plastic boxes, this was a customer supplied part. I'm fine with installing it for them if that's what they request, but I would not spec this for your build if you came to me and we started from scratch. A little bit flimsy, just not a fan of it personally, but that's just my pettiness. But you can't see it from this side. Let me flip you over here. Got the breaker attached to the side of the box, nothing's protruding on the inside, and we'll be in good shape there. Got the grommet in the floor, so the power feed can come out of the battery to the breaker, out of the breaker down through the floor, run backwards to the switch, and then from the switch we'll run up to the starter. And then I added these bulkheads here. Will come off of the starter and into the feed here, and that'll get us power distribution to the inside of the car. And I do have the relay board, I guess if that's what you want to call it, fabricated, temporary mounted, temporary hardware. I'll put final hardware in it when I'm all done. The Terminator X, I do believe the plan is to upgrade to a Dominator at a later date. So there's plenty of real estate there to make that change. And for now, we're running the CAN module, which is this guy. And I'll wire this in a way that when the upgrade to the Dominator takes place, it'll be pretty easy to do away with the CAN module, run those wires into the Dominator. The dual port MAC valves, solid state relay for the trans brake, and the MIG tuning relay board. That'll be on the switch panel that is also up there, and that'll primarily be for obviously ignition on, starting the car, headlights, things of that nature. Also have the body harness fuse relay mounted over here. I haven't done anything with those wires yet. My goal was to basically get all the landmarks installed and start wiring from there. So that's where we're at there. Next up for me, I am going to go ahead and run the heavy gauge wire throughout the car, and from there I will get the engine harness put in place and then start some of the sensor data. So this is kind of a mess up here right now. I got to take the intake off and install those fuel injectors. I need to drill and tap one of these ports, probably on the other side, for the IAT sensor. And then the intake can go back on and plug in the harness connector, etc. I also wanted to take a second just to show you this nifty tool. Doing this heavy gauge wiring, if there's a lot of different ways to put these ends on. Some people like to solder the end and shove it in and then stake it. It's a good way. I've done it. I come across this crimper, and it's not very expensive at all. I mean, it's, from a tool perspective, cheap. And I've done many vehicles with this particular one, and all have been very good. Comes with different little dies, different diameter crimps, and you just pick the one that fits properly, stick it in, and clamp it down. Puts a fantastic crimp on these things. And then you can just heat shrink them, call it a day. Highly recommend. So as you can tell, I have a nice little task list ahead of me. Let me knock out some of this work and I'll bring you guys back whenever I get some progress. See you in a minute.